Okay, let's say we have something like x cubed plus 2x minus 1 divided by s cubed minus x. Let's say we have something like this. Now, remember that the numerator should be lower in degree than the denominator, right? Else, you have to convert it. So if I look at this, you notice that the numerator is larger in degree than this. So since this one is larger, this is an improper fraction. Since the numerator is larger, it is an improper fraction. So to solve this, we have to convert this into a sum of the sum of a quotient and a proper fraction. And this is done by dividing this. When you divide this by this, then you write the quotient, then the remainder will be your numerator all over this. Now to resolve this, let's do it. To resolve this, the first thing we have to do is solution. To divide this, from rule 1, this one must be lower in degree than this. Else, you have to convert it to a sum of a quotient and the proper fraction. So how do we do this? We first of all will divide it. So you have x cubed minus x, right? Square root of x cubed plus 2x minus 1. So for this, s cubed here, right? And s cubed divided by s cubed. S cubed divided by s cubed, that's x cubed divided by s cubed is equal to 1, right? So you write the 1 here, like you're doing a long division. 1 multiplied by s cubed is x cubed. 1 multiplied by minus s is minus x. So when we subtract, s cubed minus s cubed is 0, plus 2x minus x is plus 3x minus 1. Right? So this is our quotient, this is the remainder. So therefore, we now have that x cubed plus 2x minus 1. Therefore, all over x cubed minus x is equal to this one here, that's 1, this one here, plus what we got here, which is the remainder, which is 3x minus 1 over the numerator, x cubed minus 3. So we have converted this into the sum of a quotient and a proper fraction. So if you notice, the degree of x here is 1, the degree of x here is 3. So this one is lower than this, so it's a proper fraction. So the next step here is we are going to ignore this one for now and work with this. We'll resolve this into a partial fraction first, then we add it to this, right? So if we are working with this, we now have that 3x minus 1 over x cubed minus x. This is equal to 3x minus 1 all over. If I factorize this, I'll have x is into x squared minus 1, right? And this is equal to, is correct, because x times s squared is s cubed. X times this is minus x, so it's correct. So this is equal to a over x, which is this x, right? Plus b over x minus 1 plus c over x minus 2. Now how did I get this? I got this one from here, right? So if you do this, if you remember that x squared, let me just do this here. Remember that x squared minus 1 is equal to 0. X squared is equal to 1. X is equal to plus or minus square, right? Square root of 1. So x is equal to minus 1 or x is equal to plus 1. So the factors are x plus 1 or x what? Minus 1. So I factorized this, right, to get this. So this is how so let me just write it so you understand. So from here you have that 3x minus 1 over x into x plus 1, x minus 1, right? From there now you now have all of this. I just hope you're following. You can see it. So we have done this now. Now the next thing we are going to do is to use the cover up method here. Before we use the cover up method, we are going to multiply. So let me rewrite this. Let me write it out so we don't miss it. So this is 3x minus 1 over x into x plus 1, x minus 1, which is equal to a over x plus b over x minus 1 plus c over x minus 2. Right? So the next thing we are going to do is the LCM here is equal to x plus 1 and x minus 1. That's the LCM. So we are going to multiply through by LCM. You multiply through by LCM, you have 3x minus 1 over x plus 1, x minus 1, multiplied by x plus 1, x minus 1, right? Equal to a over x, right? Multiplied by x plus 1. Oh, my camera is misbehaving. Oh my god. Oh. X plus 1, then x plus 2, right? Plus b over x minus 1, multiplied by x plus 1, x minus 1, right? Plus c over x minus 2, so multiply by x minus 1, x plus 1. So with this x, is it 2? Oh, sorry. So this is, oh, there's a mistake here. So this is x minus 1 and x plus 1. Oh, sorry, this is plus 1. I'm very sorry. This is plus 1. So this is x plus 1. This is x plus 1. So this x plus 1 cancels x plus 1. Right? This x minus 1 cancels x minus 1. This x cancels x. And the whole of this cancels the whole of this. Right? So 3x minus 1 is equal to a. 3x minus 1 is equal to a. Right? A multiplied by x plus 1, x minus 1. I'm very sorry, this is x minus 1. Alright? So, plus b into x multiplied by x plus 1 plus c into x multiplied by x minus 1. So since we have done this, you know that the factors we got here were all of this, right? These are the factors, these three. So the factors here, we have x is equal to 0, right? X is equal to 1 and x is equal to minus 1. So when x is equal to 0, meaning that we are going to substitute x into the equation. So when x is equal to 0, we are going to have that, if I put 0 here, I'm going to input 0. We have 3. When x is equal to 3 into 0 minus 1 equal to a into 0 plus 1, 0 minus 1, right? Plus b into 0 multiplied by 0 plus 1, plus c into 0 multiplied by 0 minus 1. So 3 times 0 is 0, right? So this is minus 1 equal to 1 times minus 1, because 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 minus 1 is minus 1, plus 1 times minus 1 is minus 1a, plus 0 times all of this is 0, so that one is gone. So this one is go plus 0, plus 0 times all of this is gone, so it's still 0. Alright? So with this, you know that a minus 1a is equal to minus 1. So a is equal to minus 1 divided by minus 1, which is equal to 1. So a is equal to 1. We have found a. A is equal to 1. So the next one is, so a is equal to 1. Now when x is equal to 1, right? When x is equal to 1, we now have that 3 open bracket 1 minus 1 is equal to a open bracket 1 plus 1, 1 minus 1, right? Plus b open bracket 1, 1 plus 1. I'm imputing for x, right? So plus c into 1 divided by 1 minus 1. So if I work with this, I have that 3 minus 1, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2, which is equal to, this is 1 plus 1 is 2, right? 2 times 0 is 0, so this one is gone, 0 plus 1, this is 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 times 1 is 2, right? Plus b, multiplied by b, that's 2b, plus 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 times 1 is 0, so all of this is gone. So we have that 2b is equal to 2. B is equal to 2 divided by 2, which is equal to 1. Are you with me? So for C, then when x is equal to minus 1, so I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm going to substitute for x. So I have 3 into minus 1, right? Minus 1, which is equal to a open bracket minus 1 plus 1 open bracket minus 1 minus 1. Are you with me? Plus b open bracket minus 1 plus 1, right? Plus c open bracket minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 minus 1. So here now, 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. Minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4, which is equal to minus 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 times all of this is 0, so this one is gone. Plus minus 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 times all of this is 0. Plus minus 1 minus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 times minus 1 is 2, right? 2 times c is what? 2c. That's 2c. So 2c is equal to minus 4. C is equal to minus 4 divided by 2, which is equal to what? Minus 2. So C is what? Minus 2. So with this, we have solved this. Hence, we would say that x cubed plus 2x minus 1 all over x cubed minus x is equal to, our a will now be what? Now remember we had 1. We got a to be 1. So this is 1 over x plus b is what? B is 1, right? Over x minus 1. So plus c is what? Minus 2 over x plus 1. Right? Remember we had 1 earlier. that I said we should ignore at the beginning of the question, at the beginning of the solution. So we are going to add that one plus 1. So we can rewrite this to reflect something like that. Remember, we had 1 at the beginning, so we can replace this with the one we had at the first one we had here, that I told you that we are going to ignore. If you go back to this question, the one that we had earlier that I said we are going to ignore for now. So we are going to rewrite it. That's the same one you have here, but I just brought it to the front now. So this is 1 plus 1 over x plus 1 over x minus 1 plus, all right? So this is minus 2. So we can just leave this here and write minus 2 over x plus 1. So that is our answer. So x cubed plus 2x minus 1 over x cubed minus x is equal to this. Did you see it? Yeah. So this one is all the question. So I'm going to give you one to solve. So this question, do this. So do this. 2x squared plus 6x minus 35 all over x squared minus x minus 12. Right? So do this and write. So resolve into partial fractions. Resolve into partial fractions. So that is it. So that is it for repeated non-repeated linear factors, right? This is it for non-repeated linear factors. So in the next video, we are going to work on repeated factors denominator. So I'll tell you how to solve when you have repeated factors denominator. The one we just solved is the non-repeated linear factors, and this is how you go about them. So if you have a proper fraction, you just go straight to the point. If you don't have a proper fraction, you convert it into a sum of a quotient and a proper fraction, so that you can now resolve into a partial fraction. Thank you very much, my babies. I love you so much. See, we'll meet some other time. Love you. Bye. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm very sorry. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done that, please, so you can keep the channel moving. Bye.